I mean, what was life like before you built the YouTube channel or the initial newsletter? I mean, because it's just, I look at all the, like, we're in a relationship because I wrote a book and because you have a massive YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Someone's like, you two need to know each other.
Yeah. Someone asked me on this live event that we just did, hey, Mark, how is it that you went from being mentored by Robert Kiyosaki by books to now being friends with him? What were the strategic steps you did to do that? I want to be able to do that too. And I'm like, there's no strategy for that. It happened organically. But ultimately what I said, which is how you and I got to be friends, is that you have to create something of value, something that that person wants.
Yep.
And when you build really cool things, it attracts a lot of people.
And if you keep it to yourself, no one knows what you have to give. So like the way I met Kiyosaki is he just straight up stole my content. I wrote Killing Sacred Cows, the 9 financial myths. He wrote Shooting Sacred Cows, the 8 financial lies.
Oh, shoot.
And so I just sent him a cease and desist. But at the same time, I just sent another letter saying, I don't really want to cease and desist. I just have to protect my IP. We should just collaborate. And they promoted me 3 times.
Yeah.
And they were just like, one of his guys was like, yeah, we just took your book and we liked it and used it.
So if you build cool things, if you do cool things, it's kind of like advice that some of the dating people would give to men. Be the type of guy that a good girl wants.
Yeah.
Like that's how it starts. So if you want to be friends with a Garrett or a Kiyosaki or whoever, be the type of person that they'd want to be friends with. And so I told the guy, I said, there's no way to strategically do that. It has to kind of happen organically. You have to become that person. I have to build something cool. And if you build a big event or a cool company or a cool product, like people want that. Like you could start like Heart and Soil, right? Like they started that company. It's like all like meat-based products and things like that. It's a really cool company. Like I like those products. And Paul Saladino started that company.
Yep.
And I have this brand. I talk about fitness a little bit. It's not really my brand. They want to give me products. Next thing you know, they want to invite me in to the parties, and now I'm hanging out with those people, and I'll promote their products because I also like their products. And it's like they like me, I like them. Like let's work together. But you have to build something cool, like a company like Heart and Soil, or like a platform like I have, and that's what happens. And it's interesting because when I was writing the crypto newsletter, when it was all paid, Jacob and I were invited, my partner at the time, were invited to this, I'm not going to name him, but a big real estate.
Which Jacob did kind of bring us together too.
Yeah, he brought us together.
Multiple people, but he was one of the ones.
But there was this guy in Phoenix, Arizona, and if anybody knows in the real estate niche, this guy's like a big real estate coach there. And actually there's a bunch in Phoenix. But anyway, this guy brought us in, he's like, hey, I want to get into this crypto niche, and I'm thinking about launching this crypto offer, and I want to bring you guys in, and we'll all be partners, and blah, blah, blah. And he was just name dropping like everybody in the industry. And I remember like being like totally amazed by this. And I'm like, how does he know all these people? Like, I don't understand it. Like they all know each other somehow. But after then doing it for a while, and then you go to events and you travel, and the next thing you know, like everybody too, right? I mean, your network is amazing.
And it comes down to like embracing intellectual property, which I think is this hidden asset class.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that could create intellectual property that don't think of it. Like for example, someone might have an amazing business that helps their clients out, but they could actually help their industry out. Like I license What Would the Rockefellers Do to financial advisors. I just got to the point where I was tired of seeing everybody using it and not paying me.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'll just give them an opportunity to pay me and make it
better
for them. Yeah.
By licensing out.
So I gave them a lot more tools and things like that, but that's a B2B play instead of just to the consumer. So I'm still selling books to, everybody, but I'm also now licensing those books to financial advisors who are selling them because I want it more impact, more reach.
Is that because there's like 2 different skill sets? So like on one hand, you'd almost think, well, like any business owner has some sort of information that they could sell if they knew how to package it up as IP. But not everybody's capable of doing that.
That's true because most financial people are pretty good one-on-one, but they don't have the one-to-many skill set. They don't want to be on a stage. They don't love doing webinars. The majority of them, they just like being across from a client. I like to be across from a client a couple times a month for a full day, but I don't want to be in meetings, 5 hours a day, 6 hours, 7 hours a day, just one after another. That's not, I want to write. I want to have a lot more leverage and impact, and the books can do that. So yeah, I'm better at understanding how to create content that's one to many so they can just utilize that because you know what it takes. You wrote your first book, you're writing another book. It takes work. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And especially for someone who's never done it before, understanding all the different things of publishing, co-publishing, self-publishing, how you get the distribution, how you EPUB and have an ebook, and how you get I've been around, so I just know how to do those things, but I didn't at first.
Yeah.
And it was intimidating.
So do you think creating IP is not for everybody, or do you think everybody has something to package up?
Everybody needs to consider IP for their business. Because the first consideration is IP for marketing, sales, and fulfillment. What are the things they can do to create more efficiency for their customer experience? I mean, because you create a lot of IP in your customer experience, right? When someone hires you and works with you.
Right.
And that makes it where you're not answering this, like, you hate answering certain questions because you're like, dude, I've answered that question 1,000 times.
Yeah.
That's what the IP process is there, is to smooth that out so that you're getting, like, I want my intellectual property to do some heavy lifting so that when I'm with someone, I can get to the deep, like, the intimate things that they have never talked about and the things that are most important, not the problems with the 401k.
Yeah.
Like, I want that kind of handled through the intellectual property so that we can get to real breakthrough.